Welcome back, kings and queens, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Hope King, and I'm the designer behind King's Designs MD. Today, I want to show you guys how I create some cards. So, I want to try to show you two different card templates. They're both going to be called A2 card size, which is simply just taking an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, formatting it and slicing it different ways so you can get a card. So we're going to start here on the home screen in Canva. We're going to click create a design, and we are going to go to letter, which is going to show 8.5 by 11. So we're in the 8.5 by 11 screen. The first thing I want to show you that I do is go to elements. I click my lines and shapes, and I click just a straight line. Now I like to run this the length of my paper. Typically it's going to already center it for me for the middle half of my paper, but I would like to run it the full length of my paper so that it'll print all the way across. So I'm going to click here. If you've seen some of my other videos, I showed you. I like to take the line all the way down to 1. And I like to change the color to a light gray. That's just my personal preference. All of this is just for me to be able to see when I do my card. Now, I can click duplicate and do this again, or I can go back to elements again, click another line. Now this line I am going to flip all the way around on a 90-degree angle. And sometimes I get a little happy with my flipping, so I gotta flip and flip it back. And I'm going to run this the length of the paper. So the first one you want to run the width of the paper. This one you want to run the length of the paper. And I'm going to take this down to a 1 also. You don't have to do any of these things. This is just my personal preference. Now, I do this for my personal preference because if you are getting used to cutting and scoring cards, these are helpful marks for you. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It is on the portrait style. So, when I go to cut my card, this line will be my cut line. And this line will be my score line. And you'll get to see all of that. So I'm going to go to my uploads and just pick a design. I did a cute fall design recently. And you can see some of my other cards that I've done as I'm going along. I've made some Christmas cards recently, so I just want to find a design that I believe I will use. So I'll go back to my ladies. People seem to like these ladies in particular. And then again this. Oh, I can do this one. So, one of the women that I work with, I already know her favorite color is purple. And so, Boss's Day is coming up. And this will be perfect for her. Happy Boss's Day, sis, if you see this. Sending you well wishes. So, I've added her in, and I'm just going to create a text box essentially. Happy, and I'm putting it all in caps now because I'm not sure. I am not sure what font I want to use. I have one in mind because I have created a card similar to this. But we'll see how this plays out. Happy Boss's Day. And of course, you can go up to the top and you can shrink your text down, but that's really going to be irrelevant until you choose your font style. So you can play around with your different fonts, figure out what you want to use. I used one recently that was like a wispy type of font. I used it for some of my Christmas cards. It didn't show up in my recents. Let's look at this one. Ew, I don't like that. I had to laugh at myself because I really didn't mean to say ew. But I don't like it. But this is a part of the design process, just going through, playing around with your fonts. I know what I'm looking for is a script, so another way to look for it is to go up here and type script, which you can see I've done that before. This is a pretty script. I don't know if I want to use it, but it is a pretty script. And sometimes you will also notice you don't want to use certain letters. Like this might be really cute, but it might not be cute in all capital letters. So you have to play around with your letters, you know, all of that, just to see what you want to end up with. So I'm going to play for a minute, find the font that I want, and I'll be back. So as soon as I changed out, I found the font that I wanted. And thank you for checking my spelling, Canva. And Canva does not always do that, just FYI. But, so this is the Amsterdam Fair. I'm going to look at the Amsterdam one and see. Yeah, I like the other one better. This is 3, 2. I like the first one. That's just me. But I like the wispiness of the first one. I'm going to shrink my image down a bit. And I can expand this out because it doesn't have to stay right there. I don't want it too far up because I want to make sure when I go to print it, it's actually going to not cut my lettering off. And I want to give it a pretty purple. I don't like that purple. Okay, so here's another lesson. If you click on any particular purple or shade or whatever and you don't like it, go up here to document colors, add a new color, and it will give you the ability to change your color palette. So you can scroll through, and if you see this first box here is changing to coordinate to the purple along the spectrum that I'm on. So you can go through and pick lighter at the top, darker at the bottom, and coordinate whatever purple you want. So I was trying to get as close to her dress as possible. It doesn't have to be matchy, but I was just trying to get close to that. And let's see what we get here. So if you like purple like I like purple, you might be a little funny about it, about your purple sometimes. I don't like every shade of purple. I like some shades of purple better than other shades of purple. But I also know that this might be muted a little bit once it actually hits the cardstock. So I like this brighter purple. And I'm just going to go along until I get what I want. So I'm going to play with this and come back. Alright, so I found a shade of purple that I found suitable. And I try to tell you guys this on each video. But if you like a certain color, if you pick the color and you highlight over it, this tells you the color number. So if you want to come back to that color later on, you can find it by typing in that particular color number. Now I could have stuck with black. I could have went with any coordinating color that was in her outfit. For whatever reason, these particular PNGs from this file don't seem to pick up on that shade of colors like it does in some of my other videos, but you'll have to really watch those other videos to really understand what I'm saying. But so I would go and I'd slice this card here, and I would score this card here on my scoreboard, and I want to actually show you guys what that's going to look like. So this would be what an A2 card would look like as a single card. Now you guys know me, I like to group it, and I like to duplicate. So now I have 2 cards that I'm making out of 1 sheet of cardstock. I will save this. PDF is fine for me, saving it and downloading it. I'm going to send it to my printer, and then you guys will see me live and in person.